Hey guys, so today we're going to be making Brazilian flan, and the difference between a Brazilian flan and any other flan is that your container should have a hole in the middle. This is the best I've got going on, so we're going to work with this pumpkin. So for this, it's going to be really easy. We just need a couple of ingredients that you probably already have. We're going to need 4 eggs, 2 cans of condensed milk, 1 cup of sugar, 1/3 cup of water, and we're going to need 2 cups of milk, a blender. We're going to set our oven preheated to 350 degrees. We're going to need a roasting pan, and then we're going to need another container that fits inside your roasting pan, preferably with a hole in the middle. So let's get started. So we're going to take our eggs, condensed milk, and the milk, put it in the blender and pulse it just a couple of times until it is liquefied. And I've got my helper with me today. And then we're going to set that aside and start working on our sauce. So let's get started. All right, so let's go ahead and get our 4 eggs. Oh boy. Oh Lord. Use the corner of your, hit it. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're gonna do the peeling video. Can you use 2 hands and split the egg in half? Okay, that's 1 egg. Can I show you how to do it now? Okay. Hit it hard. There you go. Now hold it over the pot, 2 hands, hold them apart. There you go. Did you get all the eggs out of the container? Yes. Hit it hard. Oh my God. Your dad's gonna love eating.
Fingers.
Hold.
You got some in there. Oh my gosh.
So we're gonna put our eggs inside the blender. Hold on. Hold it over. Bring it back. Okay. Then we're gonna pour the milk. Okay. Nope, not those. We're gonna get the condensed.
I'm the best.
Struggling?
Yes. I'm the best human that has been doing this.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Okay. All right. All right. Let's get the condensed milk. Okay, let's do it in the middle so you're not getting it on the corners of the container.
I feel like I'm scooping up oobleck.
Okay, so this is done blending. So we're just gonna set this aside and work on our sauce. So we're going to start working on our sugar sauce that is going to coat the bottom of our pan. So we're going to get a small saucepan and we're going to add 1 cup of sugar to the pot. And then we're going to take our 1/3 cup of water and pour it into the pot. Let's add the water.
It looks like Antarctica.
Okay, now we're going to put this pot onto the stove and we're going to let it simmer without mixing it at all. We are not going to mix this. We're not going to touch it. We're going to wait until this turns an amber color. And then we're going to take it out of the stove and we're going to pour it into our bundt pan. And the timing between amber color and burnt is going to be seconds. So you have to watch your pot and monitor it. Okay, so I've got this on the stove and we're just gonna let this come to a simmer and we're gonna do medium high heat, and this should approximately take about 10 to 13 minutes, and we are not going to touch this. We're not going to stir it, as tempting as it is. Also, on the side, we're in a kettle. We're going to be boiling some water, and we're going to be using that water to fill our roasting dish to cook this in when we move it to the oven. So let's get that going. Here's the kettle, and we've got some water going on the side for our roasting dish. Okay, so here it is. It is starting to simmer. I really want to touch it, but we're not going to do that. I'm going to lower the heat a little bit and let that simmer until it turns basically into caramel. It's going to go from gold to amber to burnt. So while I wait, I'm going to be cleaning up my counter because, as you can see, we made some, spills and there's stains and milk and sugar everywhere. So I bought these from Costco. They're the Swedish dish rags. I highly recommend them. They're amazing for projects like this, cleaning up your counters. You can wet them and clean up your mess. I love these things. They're so good. Okay, so you can see a little bit that we're starting to get some color. If you can see that. So I am on standby, ready to grab it. It smells amazing. It is driving me crazy that this is not evenly colored. It's from the heat. Okay, so we pour that in there, and now we want to just coat the edges of the pan with a sauce as close you can without spilling it or burning yourself. So once you get that done and everything is coated, we're going to pour our custard into this pot. Okay, so let's pour this in there. I'm going to go as far as I can for this pot. Okay, I think that's actually just about what I've got in my container. Don't want to waste it. Okay. Okay, so now we are, as carefully as we can, going to put it into our roasting pan. without making a mess. Spilled a little bit. That up as much as I can. Now we're going to add in our hot water, and we're going as close to half of the roasting pan. So we're gonna fill up half of it, so half of the pumpkin pie baking dish is covered in water. It looks about half. I'm gonna go a little bit more. Okay, I think that's half. And now we're gonna carefully put it in the oven and cook it for an hour to an hour, 15 minutes. Okay, let's see if I can do this without spilling it. Okay, so I just pulled this out of the oven. It has been cooking for exactly 1 hour, and I decided not to go any longer because you can see my top is looking, cooked and well done. The water is a little bit dirty because I had a little bit of spill when I was putting it in the oven. So now what we're going to do is we're going to leave this as is in the water bath for another hour uninterrupted. And then, so this is going to basically cook a little bit longer using whatever heat is left in the pan. And then we will come back and we will pare out the edges with a knife and get going for the next step. Okay, so it's been an hour inside this water bath. So we're just gonna go in and cut through the edges. And then we will cover this up with saran wrap and move it to the refrigerator, preferably up to 4 hours. If it would be better if it's overnight. And then tomorrow morning, I'm going to keep mine overnight. We will flip this over and hope for the best. So I will see you tomorrow. All right, here is a final look before it moves into the refrigerator. We've got it covered. Don't forget to cut around the circle of your bundt cake before wrapping it up, not just the edges around. And we'll let this cool down in the refrigerator. All right, guys, so I just flipped this over onto a plate the next day. Here is a final look, and the judges will let me know how it tastes. Here it is from the corner, sauce. It came out really easily. I didn't have to do anything crazy to it. And that's all. I hope yours comes out the same and just as good.